Hi everyone, so welcome to second part of creating this game. So now I will start with loading some images. Okay, so firstly I will load the enemy image. So I say okay, enemy image equals to new image. So image is a class in JavaScript, and we need to set a property called source, that is the URL of that particular image, to load this image. Okay, so it's in the assets folder and the name of the image is v1.png. okay, so you can see this is the image that I'm going to use. So v1.png, that's it. And since we have already called this function load images and these variables are global, so that means they can be accessed in all the functions. So what I will do in my draw function, instead of drawing the box, okay, I will actually use a function called draw image, something like that. Okay, so instead of calling fill rectangle, we will do a call to draw image. Okay, so draw image function takes all the parameters which are same, and it takes another parameter, that is the name of the image. Okay, so the name of the image is enemy image, so we should give enemy image here, and we should see our code now. And you can see we have an enemy object floating in the air. So next step would be, instead of creating a single enemy, we actually want to create multiple enemies. Okay, so what we will do, we will define different types of enemies. Instead of box, I will define enemy e1, e2 and e3. okay, so I am putting 3 enemies, and here I will create a enemy array. So this is how you create an array in JavaScript, and I will put these 3 objects inside my array. Okay, and I will also create a player object that I will do in the next step. So what we will do, each enemy has 5 properties: the dimensions and the speed. Okay, and in the draw function, now you do not have any box, but what you have an array of enemies. So what you need to do, you need to loop over your array, and you need to call the draw function for each enemy. Okay, so what we will do, instead of calling this function, we'll put a loop for let I equals to 0, I less than enemy dot length I plus plus, and here I will say pen dot draw image. Here the image is same, so it's called enemy image, and I can give enemy I dot x, enemy I dot y, enemy I dot w, and enemy I dot h. Okay, so this is what we do, and similar thing we have to do for the update function as well. Okay, so in the update function, instead of updating a box, we should update each enemy. So what we will do in update is, we'll put a similar kind of a loop. Okay, so let's say I will just remove this. I will say okay, update each enemy by the same logic. So for let I equals to 0, I less than enemy dot length I plus plus, and here I can check what. So I can check first, update the speed of the y coordinate of the enemy. So enemy I dot y plus equals to enemy I dot speed, and I can put a check. Okay, when to reverse the speed, if enemy I dot y exceeds h minus enemy I dot height, or enemy I dot y becomes less than 0, then I will negate the speed of that enemy. So enemy I dot speed will be multiplied with the factor of -1. Okay, so let's try to see in the code what do we have. Now you can see you have multiple enemies. So if I just print my enemy array, you can see there are 3 enemies here. The 0th enemy has properties x, y, w, h. So if I just do enemy of 0 dot x, so I get the one x coordinate as 150. So this is my 0th enemy here. So this enemy is the 0th enemy. This is my first and this is my second enemy. So this is how we are able to build our enemy objects. In the next part, we will see how to build the player and the gem objects.